there was this false narrative, and this is the one thing I always talk about the false narratives because Trump is always on Twitter or X and Truth Social, constantly posting false narratives, lies, basically, projection and lies. And then his cult goes out and repeats them as though they're fact. Now, I'm going to share one of the current lies that his MAGA cult is sharing, and I'm going to shoot it down right now. And that is in Chicago this past week, Trump had the worst interview of his life. He was interviewed by the National Association of Black Journalists. And these women were professional, they were ready. I heard he was over an hour late. And then once it got started, they asked one question, and he started in with this tirade about it was the worst question or rudest, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just a very pointed question, and she wasn't coddling him. She was asking a direct question, and it was about racial issues. He immediately went into like this tirade where he was like attacking her and saying it was the worst, she was the worst, and ABC and all this stuff. And then he started going into this other tirade about Kamala Harris's identity, racial identity, and began uttering racial slurs, saying things like, I've known her and she was always Indian, because they presented her as she is, which is Black and Indian. You're not going to just be Indian if you're Black and Indian. And why would you not suddenly be Black because you're also half Indian? Does he not know about mixed people? Does he not know about biracial people? Does he not understand that this woman has always been Black? How are you going to come on to a national platform like that where we're all going to eventually see it, especially Black people who we know Kamala Harris. We love her. Why? Because Kamala has been Black her whole life. She went to a HBCU. She's a sorority sister. We know exactly who she is. We then watched her step with her sisters when she was running for president 4 years ago. There's never been a doubt in my mind that that woman is Black and Indian. So the fact that this racist would come out there and he kept doubling down on it, though it was so nasty. It was really one of the nastiest, most disgusting displays of racial bigotry I have seen from someone running for such a high position of power in our nation.